This is a CBS News Detroit update.
Good morning, I'm Sandra Ali. Here's a look at your top headlines on this Tuesday. We are tracking the potential for severe weather today. Let's go ahead and bring in next weather meteorologist Troy Bridges for the very latest on that timeline. Troy?
Yeah, Sandra, today is a next weather alert day, mainly because we are going to be dealing with that chance for some strong storms that could lead to some damage. We can't even rule out later tonight the possibility of a couple of isolated tornadoes, although that threat is fairly low. You can see the yellow shading. That is most all of the area. That is a slight risk of severe storms for most of our area, and that goes through the early morning hours tomorrow. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, that means we will see the threat for some strong winds and some hail. Of course, that's going to be our main threat. Some of those winds going up to 60 miles per hour or greater that could lead to some isolated damage. The timeline would be later this afternoon on through the evening hours, even including tomorrow in the early morning hours. The models have been sort of all over the place over the past couple of days, some of them not showing as much rain through the early part of the day today, but we will see that chance for a few showers. Then those storms coming in later this evening and then lingering into the early morning hours tomorrow, wrapping around that the chance for some snow into Wednesday afternoon before we clear out and we still deal with some cold air pushing in. But today, before the colder air builds in, we are talking about record high temperatures. We're going to set a new record. The record for this date is 63 degrees. We're going all the way up to 65 for the afternoon high. Of course, breezy and stormy conditions on and off through the day today. You see those rain chances. We get a little break in the middle of the day with lower rain chances and then ramp it right back up as we head into the evening hours and the early morning hours tomorrow. So temperatures look like this for today, much milder than we've seen. Yesterday, the 50s. The average high for this time of year is the upper 30s. We're going well into the 60s today, getting up to 65 in Lapeer. We're at 65 in Detroit this afternoon, getting up to 69 in Ann Arbor, and Monroe at 68 degrees. Sandra, back to you.
Troy, thank you. Michigan in the national spotlight today as the state holds its presidential primaries. Some Democrats in Michigan not planning to vote for President Biden today. Instead, they're saying they're choosing uncommitted at the polls. It's to protest the president's stance on the Israel-Hamas war. Meanwhile, members of the primary pivot super PAC urging Democrats to cross party lines and vote for Nikki Haley. This is all in an effort to spoil the vote for Donald Trump. Polls close tonight at 8. Detroit police arrested a fourth person in connection to the death of an 11-year-old girl who was shot while she was sleeping on Detroit's east side. 19-year-old Herschel Marion Jr. He's now facing 9 counts of assault with intent to murder, among other charges. He's being held right now on a $2 million bond. Prosecutors say the charges could be upgraded to murder as early as this week. Police now offering a $500 reward for any information leading to the arrest of a man who triggered an Amber Alert over the weekend. Police say he stole a car from a gas station at Greenfield and Schoolcraft. A 3-year-old girl was in the back seat at the time. The girl and the car were both found after that Amber Alert went out. You can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP if you know anything at all about that man. On your block in Lansing, where elected leaders want to get serious about overhauling public transit. A new transit caucus made up of about 50 lawmakers holding its first meeting this week. Their goal is to improve the state's unreliable system, which is currently in place. The caucus wants the state to spend at least $350 million a year to upgrade transit systems across Michigan. That's a look at your headlines. We'll be back later today covering stories that matter to you on air and always streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV. Have a great day.